Hello, this is Olivier, my weekly video. I'm gonna start by a revolution here. Listen, I've been getting some PMs. First of all, I'm completely going all out, hands on my signal, okay? It's a small signal. I've challenged myself. I've put like $180 to start with. I've added 30 and $50, causing the scorn of retail clients who do a little cut and paste saying if you hadn't put those 30 and $50 in, this is what your equity curve, etc., would be. Okay, fine. First of all, if you can determine a trend in 7 weeks about something that's going to last about 10, 20 years, then great. Maybe you should just write straight away to the Nobel Prize people in economics because you've discovered the ultimate trend making machine. Okay, that's the first thing. So stop sending me the same thing people have been sending me for over a year, okay? I've gone to the best high schools in the world. I've gone to Scots College, which is the Eton of Australia. I've gone to United World College of Southeast Asia in Singapore, which is considered one of the top 10 high schools in the world. I've gone to university for 7 years. I have an MBA. I got into Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank after working in Saudi Arabia for Citibank. I worked in Canada for CIBC. I know what I'm doing, okay? I've been doing this for a hell of a long time. Now, if you don't understand the word hedge, okay, look it up, okay? Look it up. I'm sure you all have Google. Now, everybody on MT4 does things one way. Everybody wants a 3% drawdown and, 45% growth. Well, that's not going to happen, okay? There's a trade-off. Either you have some drawdown and you know growth, or you have little growth and little drawdown, okay? Or there are two ways of doing this. There are some very clever programmers. I won't say anything against it. There's some people that have worked their butts off programming and come out with just machines that just churn out orders and get 10% or whatever. Okay, fine. That's one way of doing it. The other way, I'm not a programmer. I have notions of programming. I'm not stupid. I can program in MT4. It takes too long for me. I usually outsource my programming. And usually it's completely based on my ideas. So you have two things. Either you go with a programmer that's done a machine, and hopefully it's a very good machine. There aren't many, but there are some that may emerge. You never know. So far, it's like the battle between Kaspersky and all these chess players against computers until computers won. This could happen in finance. I doubt it because finance is a random set of events and only the human brain can fathom, and it takes years and years of discipline and learning how to stay cool in situations, and I have a special method. I'm sorry, I can't reveal everything, but I use hedge. It's called hedge. Look it up. Hedge fund. Okay, hedge fund. Nobody understands what hedging is in MT4. You have longs and you have shorts. You don't use stops. I don't use stops. Okay, stops are for brokers. There is every day more and more people are getting stopped out. I used to be a market maker. I know what it's like. You just wait. The retail is 95% of retail people lose. Okay, all you have to do is go against them and you win. It's so simple. It's a simple theory. You'd think in the long run something would go wrong, but that's how it works. So whenever you know, these people that demo, I mean, there are people here that consider themselves gurus that have been using demo accounts for the. I've never seen them do a real trade. Wait till you get in the real world, sonny boys, because demo is nothing like the real world. First of all, the prices will not be as good as you think brokers are going to spend a lot of money for you to have a nice demo account with exact prices. No way. And then the way it works, demo, okay, you get the price that's printed. That doesn't happen in real life. In real life, things happen. As soon as you put an order in, the broker will play against you. The market will move a different way. The only way you can really test the robot is forward testing it. Now, if you get forward tests that are good, backtest obviously gives you a general gist, tells you if you have an edge. There's nothing wrong with backtest, and they're getting more and more sophisticated. But unless you're using 4-hour bars or something like that, I can't really move, and bar openings, it's very difficult for a demo account to give you the real thing. Because as soon as you can demo for a year, get fantastic results, you think you figured it all out, you've tuned the thing, then you go in and your order becomes a market order straight away. And then what does a market maker do? He'll probably play against you. He'll make it move up. Have a look. Put your brokers, get a real pure market that's not done by a broker on the internet, and then put your brokers quotes next to it, and put another broker's quote. They're all going to be different. They're all going to be all over the place by a few pips here and there. So, I mean, if you guys think that the using demo accounts for 50 years makes you very smart and shows that something is working, especially when you're making 4,000 orders to make 2.5% in a week, scalping off two pips. The only way you can scalp 2 pips is doing it manually. That's the only way you can do it. You can't do it with a machine. I haven't seen a machine that can do that. Okay, so this is the revolution I'm talking about now. Either you want to be with a trader, somebody who has experience trading, or you want to be with a genial computer. I know a lot of you just want to shove everything in a machine, go to work, and have it come home and have it done. That's fine. I've done the best I can do that with my products, and I'm pretty sure of it, especially my base products. They will do that because they're not trying to reinvent the sliced bread, as we say in France. They're basically putting my rules, my disciplined rules, and doing going in and points where I have to go in. And basically, where my robots come in is usually where I come in. I don't do anything different. What I do different is manage the exits, manage the stress, manage the losses, etc. This is going to be, my signal is going to be the best signal there is. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to work night and day. I'm going to give my sweat, my blood to it. So either you're in or you're out. I do hope people come in. So far, 5 people have come in with 23K. That's pretty impressive because the mirror effect is fantastic, and I've made a program. I made it small on purpose because I thought that was the market, $300 or so. Apparently it's not, because I'm not getting, more people than when I did a $3,000. Now I've made it really hard for myself because I don't have much room to move. $300. And every time I put $30 in or $20 in, somebody screams, hi, heaven, murder, scam, whatever. Uh, Never understood how hedge fund works. I mean, hedge funds, they get money coming in every day. Okay, what do? They're supposed to say no. Uh, businesses. If you look on the drawdown, then every business in the world would be bankrupt because they borrow money from the bank. So you take away the risk that the business is taking by borrowing money to invest in machines and stuff, and and uh, and just looking at the cash flow. Huh? So that's the way you're going to judge a business. Well, then there's no business in the world that's working because most businesses have more debt than they're making. Okay, it's called present value of a cash flow. Something's generating a cash flow, like my signal is generating a cash flow every month. Of course, if you want to hop in and out, then you've got a problem, haven't you? Because then you're going to have to cash out. But for people who want to stay long term, they're going to make money. Some have understood that, and I'm glad they're here. Otherwise, I would have gone a long time ago. Okay. So anyway, I just want to show you very quickly this week Renko. Okay. Uh, Renko, which is not performing extremely well, I would say at the moment, because you're getting a lot of chop. And that's kind of annoying. You get these down, and all of a sudden becomes up, and you might get a good trade here. You got 2 good trades here because I've changed the box sizes. Uh, But you know, I'm more into hands-on approach on trading right now until real trends coming. Patterns are working very well. Okay, here's a great pattern showing, but I'm going to show you the gist of my the way I trade. Okay, which is again I'm revealing some more things that is going to give another, you know, 14. There's about 14, 15 bots based on my ideas, which does kind of annoy me, but you know, I didn't invent everything. There's only about 5 or 6 different methods uh, to trade. You know, some of the biggest selling products are based on one of these methods: Heikinashi, Renko, Bollinger Bands, Ishimoku, support resistance. Okay, you look at all the bots; they're based on mostly on these methods. There's some that are being very inventive by using different strategies and all that, and so it's very hard to understand what's going on. But you know, I think these people are just excellent programmers. And since I was the only European with the #1 bot for about 6 months, it's very difficult to move until I got a huge uh, amount of bad will thrown against me night and day. Uh, Now the East is back in control. Is that a coincidence? Am I being paranoid? I leave a big question mark. So anyway, I'm going to work my butt off for this little signal called Premonition. Now, either you're in or out, either you prefer the machine aspect or you want somebody to work for you. I'm going to be in front of my screen anyway. I start Sundays 12 o'clock and I end Fridays 2200. And basically, I'm never leaving the market. I use all sorts of things like an iPhone, which is now really set to give me a lot. But look what I'm using here also, which is, you know, uh, this is basically how I do my scalping and trading. And I've got a program that gives me a pretty accurate, this yellow bit here is what the future is going to look like. And this red sign line is also the future. I've talked about it in other videos. Uh, and that seems to work extremely well at the moment. So, uh, and there are other ways I come in using harmonics and using the black box. The black box method is all these points here. These circles tell me where the black box, see the black box selling here, which wasn't bad at all. Uh, the black box here, I don't know why it's going up here, but this is a sell point. Black box does a few less trades than I would do manually, but the entry points are very, very precise. Okay, so revolution, guys. Either you're in or out. You know, but don't send me uh, analysis on something you don't understand. You don't understand what hedging is, and I'm not going to reveal all of my secrets, but I have longs and shorts. I can't get margined out. I've never been margined out. I create cash flow. There's a bit of a drawdown. Warren Buffett had a 53% drawdown in the year 2000 because he refused to get into internet stocks. And he's had about 5 times drawdowns of more than 30%. I don't think he's doing badly. He's the second or third richest man in the world. There is nothing wrong with a bit of a drawdown. It just means he likes to take risks. And you take risks and you wait. Okay? And you don't put stops in. Uh, you know, Warren Buffett's not going to buy a $3 billion position in a bank or something and put a stop in. Or Goldman Sachs is not going to buy a position in oil and put a stop in. You want to put stops in and you want to get 90% of your money gone, given to brokers with stops. That's your problem. That's not how I operate. Okay? I hate that. So I take a position and I live with it. And if I'm in the zone, most of my positions come back to zero. If I short the euro, one day or another, that short will work. It's just a question of time. The most important thing is not your drawdown. The most important thing is your margin. I have 1,500